Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry, I'm running just a couple of seconds late here. I was getting into a brief discussion with Grem Devel on the Granite Accents Discord, and I got caught up in that, and so I'm running a few minutes late. So here we are. I'm back. I'm here. Voss Ross, welcome. Sorry, as usual, I'm kind of just a couple of minutes behind. I was talking politics with Grem Devel, and we all know how that can go when two opinionated people start chit-chatting about stuff. But I'm here, and I'm back, and it's Friday, and we're playing House Flipper, and I'm very excited about that because it's Friday, and I love doing this. Go to the Huckster's house if you would be so kind enough to do that. Go to Hamburberg, where we all live now, and we're gonna see if we can get the kitchen and the Whoozy McWhat's at the living room done today. Art, welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, Mel. Welcome. You made it. It's okay, Mel. I was running a few minutes late myself, so I was not exactly on time. We'll leave the pizza right where it is. Let me just crack open the door to my majestic open air 3-toilet bathroom. To date, the finest piece of work I have ever done. Tooth, welcome in House Flipper. Now, actually, I want to move this. I move this all the time, but let's move that over there right now. Bucket of plaster in the love den. That's going to be an interesting night. Catonius, welcome. Hanging out until pizza arrives. That sounds like an excellent plan. I had pizza yesterday, but it was gas station pizza. And, it existed. That's pretty much the best thing that I could say about that pizza, is that it was there. It was in my mouth. First things first, gonna have to change this paint. This paint is just not going to work for me. Sage, welcome. That paint is just not going to cut it for me. What could you show me in something nice and bright? Maybe morning yellow. That might be nice. Let's get a few of those kicking around and see what we think of that information. Give me a bunch of those. And give me the thing where I'm doing my thing, the painting thing. That's the thing I was thinking of. Okay, let's go a little paint crazy here. Did I mean to leave that like that? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm going to paint it anyway. It's not actually a radically different color from the one that was up here, but it's the color I've chosen and not the color that House Flipper chose. Therefore, that's what we're doing. Load up a little more of that if you could. Make sure I get the door jambs. I always forget about the door jambs and the bit under the door jamb, which I suppose is still technically part of the door jamb, but yet strangely not. So get all of that and all of that. Oh, I'm out of paint. Oh God, it's all over. Stream's over. I'm out of paint. Back to this. That bit and that bit. A little more of that. Yeah, I can basically live with this color. I'm mostly okay with this. So get all of that in there. And that goes like that. Perfect. Thank you. Get all of that done like that. It's just a different shade of mucus. It is just a different shade of mucus. You're not wrong. I think this is more you're getting over the cold. And this shade is more you're deep in the cold. You have the flu with this shade of green. But this color is sort of, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I got to blow my nose a lot. But I'm basically feeling not too bad. I don't hate it. I don't completely hate it. It is mucus. You're not wrong. I'm not going to debate that point because you're clearly demonstrably correct about that. However, I will still paint it. I'm still continuing to paint it this color. This seems to be a thing that I'm doing. Get all of that. Oh, I got to clean that. That's not clean at all. I can clearly even see that with my mini-map there. The time for the stream, I always forget to watch on time because of Game Grumps. What's it over? What's it over or when's it over? Define your last sentence, sir. I need definition there. My fireworks ignition system is built. Okay, Bobcat, will this be the last time we'll be hearing from you? Please don't blow yourself up. I need every viewer I can get. I cannot afford to lose viewers. So please do be, mildly cautious with the old blowing stuff up and explosives and whatnot. And don't get put on a watch list or anything. Because when you say fireworks, I hear high-grade explosives. Because I've known you for a little bit, Bobcat, and I know your predilection for things of a military nature, and I feel that when you say fireworks, they're actually hand grenades. This is just what I'm thinking. Just like to say that I've been playing Barn Finders over a week, and it's ridiculously fun. It is fun. It's a really fun game. That one, that was another good surprise. That was another pleasant surprise, Barn Finders. It's that it looked kind of like a joke game, but it's actually really fun. And it had more elements to it than I thought. I thought it was just going to be, almost like a point and click where you just go out and find the things. But there was actually, cleaning them up and repairing them and putting them for auction and all that kind of stuff. There was more elements to it than I thought, and that was kind of cool. What is it over? Why did I miss it? Don't end the stream. Don't blow up your viewers. Don't watch your viewers. Yes, all of that. Ross, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. If you're asking about my stream, Friday it always starts at 2, usually ends around 4-ish. Little before, little after, depending on how we're doing that day. And then Saturday's never 100% set in stone. I almost always stream on Saturdays, but I do reserve the right to not stream if I am so inclined. But Friday is locked in. Friday is locked in stone, written on commandments. If it's Friday and it's 2 o'clock, unless there is a very serious emergency, then I am streaming. So I hope that answered your question. There is so much more in the game. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, Sage. I just saw the demo, and the demo kind of hinted at the whole alien storyline. Spoiler alert, I guess. There's aliens in the game. So it kind of hinted at that whole weird storyline. I guess at some point you get to go off to the moon and find things, which, as a hillbilly is probably terribly frightening. So yeah, I know there's more things in it. Absolutely. I have not, like I said last week, I don't have specific plans to put it back on the channel, but I don't have specific plans to not put it back on the channel. It may very well see another trip on the channel. The demo did very well. I was very pleased with how it did. It was very well received. People definitely seemed to be digging it. And I was digging it. I was having fun playing it. You guys were having fun watching it, and that's really the only requirements that I need to have a game up on the channel. So again, no specific plans to do it, but no specific plans to not do it. I'm kind of feeling out the next couple of weeks where some things are coming to a close, some things are starting up, and we'll see how the schedule shakes out, basically. Fine, good moaning. Oh, you're talking to Boss Ross. Why would I assume anyone's talking to me? I just kind of assume everyone's talking to me. But no. You guys can have a perfectly good conversation in chat by yourselves without involving me at all. And I'll just paint the walls a slightly different mucus shade. I'm out of paint. Good thing I got all this paint. Willow, what game are we talking about? We are talking about Barn Finders. I did a little short look at the demo, I don't know, a couple of months ago, something like that, and we had a lot of fun with that. And now the full game has been released, and Sage was saying she's been playing it, and it is super, super fun, and does not surprise me at all. And so Barn Finders, long story short, Barn Finders. There's a Mr. Prepper prologue in 5 days. I'm not 100% sure how I felt about Mr. Prepper. I liked it. I broadly liked it. There was a part of me where I'm like, is this a little too limiting? Like, is it, it's very hard to describe, actually. Mr. Prepper was not all that I expected it to be, I guess, and I'm not even sure about that statement. I broadly enjoyed it, but when the demo was kind of coming to a close and I did that little first look at it, like, I wasn't wicked sad to stop playing it, if that makes any sense. I just sort of like, okay, we did that. There's a thunderstorm going on outside. My internet connection doesn't like it. A storm in paradise. It's almost poetic. P.S. Mel, I showed Mrs. Dave the photo of the beach. Paradise, basically. Sun-swept sands, palm trees, lapping ocean waves. And apparently, Mel, Mrs. Dave would like to be your new best friend all the time. Can she please live there? So I'm out. Mrs. Dave took one look at your beach and said, we're done, and I'm going to go live wherever Mel lives. That's where I want to live. So thanks. Thanks, Mel. You basically broke up our marriage. Thanks. Really appreciate that one. The blow-up doll was memorable. Yes. And that was a great thing to put in the demo, because that locked me right in. This is hysterical that I am cleaning up and selling an adult novelty item. That just locked me right into the demo. So well played from the developers for making sure that was in the little teaser taste that we got. Why is the like symbol white? What's wrong with blue? Is it white now? Mine's blue. I even remember to like myself, which is shocking. But yeah, mine's blue. Maybe, I don't know, is yours white in a different country? The storm essentially has blinky lights if there's lightning. Co-manage nature's blinky lights. At that point, Mel would effectively be Thor, which is totally cool. Medi, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I didn't see it come in there. Mel would essentially turn into Thor, which would... Okay, here's a question. If Mel becomes Thor, does that push her past dissecting brains with a laser one cell at a time? Because Sally Cat right now is, if we had a leaderboard in chat, Sally Cat right now is at the top of the leaderboard, with Mel just a scooch behind. Just a scooch behind. But even Mel says that dissecting brains with a laser just bumps Sally Cat to the top of the leaderboard. So if Mel becomes Thor, does that reestablish Mel's position as top of the leaderboard? What game is it that we're talking about? 22 Hepa, we are talking about Barn Finders. We played that on the channel, just the demo version of it. But we played that in the channel a little while ago, and it is now out. It has been released. So we're just kind of chit-chatting that it is pretty darn good. And we may come back to that. I could definitely see that happening. Diamond, welcome. Kev the Sniper, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you love the stream. So, Barn Finders, Heppo. Barn Finders is what we're talking about. Really fun. If you want to check it out, certainly gets my recommendation. And a lot of other people in chat have either watched it or played it and broadly agree with that. Did I get all the walls? I'm leaving Hamburg exactly the way it is, except I'm just going to paint this panel because that makes more sense. Now it just ties the whole room together here. It just ties everything together. Dissecting brains tops everything. I don't know, Mel. I don't know. I mean, if you came out, in the RimWorld stream tomorrow and said, hey guys, P.S., I'm Thor now. I'm going to tell you right now, that would absolutely break up our marriage because Mrs. Dave would be out of here like a shot. If Mrs. Dave suddenly heard Mel lives in paradise and is also Thor, she's walking out the door. I would pack her bags for her. She'd be out the door so damn fast. There would be like a rush of wind and she'd be to the airport. So, thanks if that happens. So I guess don't turn into Thor, but also if you're Thor, you should totally tell us because that's wicked, wicked cool. You're a good construction man. I'm a better decorator. Kev, have you actually not seen this house yet? Because there are some finer points to this house. Let's, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to lead into stuff. So this is one of our bedrooms. It's a pretty normal bedroom. There's a heavy emphasis on kitties. There's a large, large emphasis on kitties here. We've got a photo of a kitty over here. We have a statue of a kitty. We have a painting of a kitty. And we have a book that has a kitty on it. Also, there's a knife if you need to murder anyone. Now, turning that room aside, we have a small but working sauna in here with a pit. So, there's a pit in the sauna if you need that. Oh, Ross is Thor. Well, the title of Thor has changed many, many times in the comic books. So I think Mel can still be Thor. I thought Mel is female. I'm pretty sure Mel is female. I mean, that's what I'm led to believe. I mean, gender's pretty fluid here in chat. I've called people the wrong gender for years, and they're still watching me. However, Thor has been female. Storm was Thor for a while, and I believe the new Thor is female. I'm not up on the comic books world lately. I'm pretty sure the new Thor is female, and Storm of the X-Men has also been Thor. So Thor is a title, not really a person per se. Almost like I hope James Bond is. I've always loved that little sort of fan conspiracy theory that James Bond 007 is a title and not a specific person. And every time there's a new James Bond, it's because the old one died and they made somebody else James Bond. I've always liked that. So yeah, absolutely, Thor can be female. Thor has been female. I think Thor is female. If there's better comic book geeks in chat than me, please confirm that because I was pretty sure. I know Iron Man's a woman now. I'm pretty sure Thor is. And Storm has definitely been Thor, so there has been a female Thor. Anyway, going back to the tour, this is the bathroom. It's got a lot of circles in it, but that's pretty much it. It's a very normal bathroom. Now, if you're looking for a bathroom, may I invite you to look at my majestic, open-air, 3-toilet bathroom that I have made out of the garage. It is, to date, my finest piece of work in House Flipper. My finest piece of work. I'm going to go ahead and say it's not even work. This is art. This is absolutely art. So this is the greatest thing I have ever done. And then when you're done in the bathroom, you can go into the shagadelic 60s style love nest with the heart-shaped bed, and there's like a box of chocolates there. There's another box of chocolates over there. There's no wine in this game, but there are champagne glasses. There's a book about a motorcycle for reasons that I can't adequately explain. There's a webcam here just to make it super, super creepy. And then there's a mirror that I could really only place down here, but somehow it makes sense because if you're in this bed, at some point in time, this mirror is going to make sense to you, and you'll figure out why it's there. People get all worked up when Doctor Who became female. I don't know why. I don't know why either. We live in a world that is very resistant to change, and I'm not. I'm not. I mean, people say I am. People say you don't like to change. And I say, no, you've got the wrong idea. I don't change if something is working. So this is working just fine. There's no reason to change this. But if there's a reason to change, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if change doesn't affect me, then I don't care. Like Doctor Who being female. Guess how much influence Doctor Who has in my life? Oh wait, the answer is 0. 0. I have lost no sleep. Not a wink of sleep, thinking about the gender of Doctor Who. That has never come up in my life. They've threatened to make James Bond female. You know how much I care? Not one bit. So long as the movie kicks butt, I don't care. I don't care. So Thor can be female, Doctor Who can be female, James Bond can be female. I literally don't care because it does not affect my life one bit so long as the entertainment is good. If you give me a female James Bond and that movie kicks serious butt, I'm totally fine with that. And if you can get Duran Duran to come back and do the theme song again, that would pretty much be the best thing on the planet, because we all know that was the best theme song of any James Bond, and anyone who says differently, I will fight you right now. All right, painting is done. I'm broadly okay with the floors. I think I'm going to leave the floors exactly as is. Ross could never get into Doctor Who. I'm of an age, Ross. I'm of an age. I am not a young man anymore. So my Doctor Who's were Tom Baker and Peter Davison. Those were my doctors, and I think Tom Baker is largely everyone's Peter Davison. I think most people will claim that Tom Baker is either the number 1 or number 2 Doctor Who that has ever been Doctor Who. And people will make cases for some of the newer guys being better. I don't care. Again, it's a popularity contest. You can like whoever you like. But Tom Baker and Peter Davison were my doctors. I've watched quite a bit of the newer Doctors when they first started coming out, but I really haven't kept up with it. So I think I maybe watched like the first 2 to 3 seasons of the new Doctor Who, and then I just kind of tuned out. Kind of like the Goldfinger song. Well, the Goldfinger theme song is pretty much what you think of when you think of James Bond theme song. That's the iconic James Bond theme song. Like if you say make a James Bond movie, you're going to start thinking of the Goldfinger song. It's just classic like that. I happen to prefer View to a Kill. It was in fact one of the only good points of that movie. Because let's face it, that whole era of Roger Moore was not good. It's not good. They're not good James Bond movies. They're really not. We all know they're not. They're goofy, and they're really almost parodies of a James Bond movie. James Bond couldn't get through a single day on the job without blowing his cover and starting a gunfight. Very true. Very, very true. In fact, he often deliberately blew his cover. Oh, wait, somebody's talking about Emma Peel. Hang on. Everything just screeched to a halt. Emma Peel was much better than James Bond. Demonstrably so, Bobcat. The Avengers, period, are better than James Bond. I will not only will I not fight you on that, I will fight with you on that. I will back you up on that. If David Tennant does, people will say who died, and fans will say yes. I don't quite get those words in that order. If David Tennant does, I'm probably missing something else in chat. Hang on. No, I like the Goldfinger song. Emma Peel is awesome. No lie there. And then, if David Tennant does people will say who died, and fans will say yes. I I understand every word in that sentence. I just don't understand them when they're placed in that order. Carrie, Penn's just released the final of RimWorld. I know. I know. I know. I was texting him earlier and I knew that. So I had spoilers before you guys did. I specifically asked for spoilers. Pench texted me. He's like, I'm putting out the last RimWorld tonight. And I immediately like, did you launch the ship? And I'm not going to give spoilers because I'm not going to give spoilers, but I happen to know, well, I know the end result of the finale of RimWorld. But first of all, I have no idea if my character lives or dies. That would be, I've been on that show. It is like a show. I've been watching it. I watch Pench's RimWorld more than I watch some of my favorite TV shows. So I was going to say, I've been on that show since it began, and I actually don't know if my character lives or dies at the end. I don't know. I didn't ask for that. He would have told me, because I asked for spoilers, but I wanted to just watch that one to the end. So I'm very excited about that, Carrie. I'm excited and I'm disappointed because somebody go find out how long that's been running. I'm going to say a year and a half. I'm going to say a year and a half that's been floating around, or possibly it's been on so long I couldn't even tell you when it started. So it's going to be really sad to see that end, but it's YouTube. I can just start watching it all over again, and I have. Actually, I've already started from the beginning again. Because with it only coming out once a week, I've got to have something to do during the rest of the week. Anyway, so yes, very excited for that. Anyone who is a fan of Penge or a fan of RimWorld or may not want to see my character get killed off, I genuinely don't know. That'll be out, and that's very, very exciting. It's certainly what I'm going to be watching when I'm done with the stream. You have to learn to speak typo. Okay, some of us don't even know that we misspelled a word until you after read it aloud if the word is not underlined. That's why I read them aloud, because sometimes I know there's typos and stuff, but I genuinely don't know what the sentence means. So I'm actually trying to, I want to respond to your comment, but I've also got to know what you're saying. Okay, so here we go. Willow's got it wrapped up for me. Thank you, Willow. Voice of reason, as always. If David Tennant dies, people will say who died, and his fans will say yes. Oh, now I get it. It's a joke. I get it. It makes so much more sense now. All right, it's a joke. It's a little bit of wordplay. Who died? Yes, I get that now. All right. Is Tom Baker still alive? He is, isn't he? He is. I know Peter Davison is because he was in an episode of Death in Paradise, and he surprised me. I actually had to look at him for a while and go, wait, I think that's Peter Davison. And it was. He was a guest star on Death in Paradise, so I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Is Tom Baker still alive? And I want to say yes. It started a year ago. Really only a year. I would have actually said longer, because it's, 80 episodes or something? And he was putting out one a week. He must have put them out more frequently when he first started with it. Because I'm thinking, 52 weeks in a year, there's 80 some odd episodes of that. There has to be longer than a year. So, but he must have put them out more frequently when he first started it. Random fact with Bird Brains. The U.S. military once contacted the prop maker of James Bond about the respirator. They asked how long the air lasts. The prop maker simply responded, depends on how long you hold your breath. Nice. Watching a Let's Play that's been going on for 3 years now, but this guy's fans are used to long Let's Plays. Well, if you really want an adventure, you can join me in beginning to watch Graham DeVell's RimWorld, which is 300 plus episodes at this point. Tom Baker had a cameo in the new Doctor Who stuff fairly late on. They should all get cameos there. Peter Cushing is definitely dead. I knew that. Apparently, time as Doctor Who was non-canon. It is not canon, no. Because he only did 2 movies. I have both of them right on DVD. They're about 6 feet to my left. And they're both very good. They're actually very good movies if you like Doctor Who. But no, as I understand it, and I'm going to say I don't get too much into the canon versus non-canon. Oh, P.S. I should probably be playing House Flipper. Sorry, people who tuned into that. Tom Baker is still alive. But yeah, Peter Cushing, those were just like... Now, see, here's the thing. Those are non-canon. But that one guy who did that one movie, as Doctor Who, he's apparently canon. I think, what was he, Doctor Who number 8? I think. So he got one shot, and he's considered to be a Doctor Who. Right, I should totally, like, 100% be playing House Flipper. Get out of this for a sec. I need to figure out what's going to go where. We are definitely doing the piano, although somebody will probably need to remind me to do the piano before I'm done. So let's go with, maybe some black cabinets. Yeah, black cabinets. Okay, start me off with a sink, and let's move from there. Let's extrapolate from there. Tom Baker is 86. Good job, Tom Baker. Well done for being old. I figure if you get past 80, you win. You win the game of life at that point. Past 80, you are the winner. 6 Feet to My Left could be the name of a movie. It might be. Most everything is 6 feet to my left right now because I'm on the right side of this room. Funny how that works out. Get me a couple of these. Let's go with this over here. Honestly favor the 9th Doctor, War Weary, opens the season with a bang and tells an interdimensional catastrophe to go to its room. Yeah, I've watched that series. That was one of the ones that I actually have watched. That's going to go there, and that is going to go there. Except this doesn't kind of line up the way I want it to. No. Okay, yes, but no. Basically, yes, but no is how this is going to go down. Can I squeeze that in here? I can just get that in there. Actually, I don't hate that. I don't hate that little gap. And I wouldn't get anything else in there anyway, even if I pulled everything to one side. Love Nest gets creepier as you're serenaded by a stranger on the piano. What makes you think it's a stranger? What makes you think it's a stranger? It could be somebody you know very, very well. Very well. Yep. Maybe too well. Maybe too well. Okay, back to House Flipper, Dave. People actually saw the title that said House Flipper Livestream and possibly assumed that I would be playing House Flipper. The fools. But here we are. We're going to do it anyway. What I'd like to do is another island. But now I need to leave some space for getting in and out of the door. Getting in and out of the door. Paul McGann did a lot of the Doctor Who audio dramas. You know what? I actually knew that too. And the reason I knew that, I was just reading an article on, they were ranking all the Doctors, and that came up in there that he does a lot of the audio Doctor Who. So it's not that he's, I guess it's not that he's not Doctor Who anymore. It's just he's not a visible Doctor Who, I guess is how we would have to describe that. So what if I did, what can you show me in like a massive freaking island in here? Like the biggest thing you've ever seen needs to live in my kitchen because I've actually got a lot of space to take up here. There we go. Now we're talking. That's it right there. That's the one right there. Actually, it might be that one. No, it's that one. It's definitely this one. Except I want everything dark. There we go. That's going to work. That's going to work. Carrie's going to go watch The Geek Cupboard. Well, don't come back in here with spoilers, Carrie. Don't come back in here with, we don't want any spoilers here. Oh, this already has a sink. Well, that makes me sad. I don't need 2 sinks. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to take this sink out. Get rid of this. I don't need 2 sinks. Nobody needs 2 sinks. Steve! Welcome! Welcome! Steve's here! And you are at the pub, dropping a line, some love to all of us. Thank you so much, man. You are, as my grandmother would say, a gentleman and a scholar. That's what you are. Actually, I don't know about the scholar part. You might not be, but, you know, my grandmother's world, you were. Get back to the thing that I was doing before I was doing the other thing. Yeah, the Emmy cabinet. Give me one of these puppies. Get that to go in here. There. Right there we go. Okay. Got the island. Got that. Yeah, I'm broadly okay with where I'm going with this kitchen. This is starting to come together here. Starting to come together. I feel, where's the stove gonna live? I should put a stove here. We should, no, don't do that. Do the exact opposite of what I just told you to do. Get rid of that, and then get me to a stove. I need something that'll slide nicely into that spot and still look halfway decent. Show me this thing. If I did this, is this going to get in the way of the window? Greenland is the world's largest island that can live in your kitchen. I see what you did there. I see what you did. If it only were that easy to install a kitchen. Yeah, I know. No kidding. Most of our kitchen is sadly IKEA. Never again. We have a family rule now. We don't do IKEA because we'll get in a fight. It'll make us agitated. I mean, we won't get in a fight. We don't really do that, but we will walk out of there like wicked agitated and just be super cranky and grumpy for the rest of the day. So yeah, we don't do IKEA. Firm family rule now. We have several firm family rules we do between the two of us, me and Mrs. Dave and Kitty. One is no IKEA. Two is we don't buy furniture without being able to touch it. So we bought, and the reason for that is we bought furniture, patio furniture, basically. Mrs. Dave found some patio furniture online, and we both looked at it, and we said, oh, that looks pretty nice, and we've got this new patio that we just got. Go ahead and order that furniture. That's going to be really cool. And when it showed up, it was pretty actually cheap quality. It wasn't bad furniture, but not for the price we paid for it. It was overpriced for the value and its quality. So we now have, we don't buy furniture unless we can see it and touch it and sit on it and do whatever we want to do. That's another house rule we have. We also have a list of restaurants we will no longer go to because they're way too family friendly. That's not a bad thing. Bring your kids to a restaurant if you want to bring your kids to a restaurant. But we don't want your kids at a restaurant. So we're not slamming the restaurant. It's a great thing. Be family friendly. Bring your kids there. But we just have a list of we're not going to that restaurant again because there's a bunch of screaming 4-year-olds demanding crayons at the table next to us. And that's just not us. Nathan, welcome. Made it in the beginning this time. Yes, you did. Yeah, you absolutely did. Just skip to the end of the... my status. Okay, no spoilers, Carrie. No spoilers. I desperately want the spoiler, but no. I want to watch it. I mean, really, we've been waiting for this episode for like a year. And personally, I've never launched the ship in RimWorld. I get to serial re-roller before that. I started a new colony long before I launched the ship. So the fact that he's done this at all is remarkable. I was like, dude, I've never launched the ship. I've put hundreds of more hours into RimWorld than you have. I have never launched the ship. This needs like a big thing above it. Some big painting or something needs to live above this. Maybe a mirror. Reviews are good for not buying online. Yeah, I don't know why we bypassed that. There might not have been a lot of reviews. I don't recall the circumstances as to why we said, yeah, sure, we're totally going to buy this furniture online. But we did, and we regretted it. It's not that it's bad furniture. It's perfectly fine. We're using it to this day. It was just overpriced. That's all. But for the quality, it was overpriced. If we'd paid that amount for better quality furniture, we would have been more than happy with it. But hey, we've had it 3 years now. It's doing just fine. You can still sit in the chairs. They're still in perfectly good conditions. Is this a new house? Asks Nathan. No. Actually, we've been here for weeks. Quite a while. Actually, let me just give you a quick tour because it's fun. This is the Shagadelic 60s love nest with appropriate mirrors and webcams. They didn't have webcams in the 60s, but we're going to pretend they did. This is just a very normal bedroom with a heavy emphasis on kitties and a knife. So, if you need a knife. There's a tiny sauna in there. There's a very, very normal bedroom here. This is the most normal thing I've got going on in this house. There's a pretty normal bathroom here with double sinks, which is very nice. And then, of course, the highlight is the majestic open-air 3-toilet bathroom made out of a garage. It's the best thing I've ever done in House Flipper. A clock. That might be good. That might be a good idea for that spot. This spot right here. This is the spot that I'm talking about. Something needs to live there. Maybe we can do a clock above the stove. So show me everything you've got in a clock. Yeah, that one. Oh, I don't know that I've actually seen that clock before. That's kind of nice. Can I get that big? I would like that. Yeah, there we go. Slightly bigger, please. I could probably see that up here if I can make it go up there. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd the clock go? The clock's disappeared. Okay, let's try that one more time. Yes, please give me my clock. Thank you. There we go. It's not quite as big as I might like, but I think it's going to work. It's off center. That's not going to work. There we go. Better. Cat room with a knife. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, sure. just in case you've got to do some minor murders while you're admiring your kitties. Why are there 3 toilets? The correct answer to that question, Nathan, is why doesn't your house have 3 toilets? Why doesn't your house 3? Okay, there's a bit of lore behind this, as there often is, Nathan, as there often is. So we've decided that the new owners of this house are staking their dominance over the neighborhood, because they're just saying, like, look, we are doing this right here in a row, as many family members as we can get in here, and we care not one whit what you think. X-Shot, welcome, welcome. Carrie says just because. I would go a step further, Carrie. I would say, why doesn't your house have 3 toilets in the garage? It's a perfectly normal place to have 3 toilets. Also, there's this huge tub and a very nice bench and a shower. You can have all your needs met here. I'm particularly pleased with my decorative arrangement of mirrors. I think that came out very, very well, because there's not one large mirror in this game, but you can kind of chain some mirrors together. Usually Carrie reminds me to do that, but you can do that. Random fact with Bird Brains: Operation Drumbeat was conducted by the Kriegsmarine in 1941. German Type 9 and 7 U-boats sailed up the east coast of the U.S., and then something else happened. Kitty might need a knife, but Kitty's got claws. Now we can get on to kitchen tools. Now that we've got the clock there, that is accessories, right? Accessories. It's always accessories. Let's start with a teapot, because we're talking about Penge. We'll throw a teapot down here. That can live right here. Okay, that's a beginning. We're going to extrapolate from there. Already bought the house, and yes, it's not bad to sell it again. Oh, this thing's going to be worth a fortune. Can you imagine what an open-air 3-toilet garage can bring in today's market? It's going to be lunacy. Oh, a milk jug. That's fun. Let's get ourselves one of them. That can also live over here. I've put nothing over here yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Even after British codebreakers warned the U.S. about the U-boats and advised to protect them, the Americans ignored them. Yeah, that sounds like something we'd do. The hanging tools. Yes. Yes to potato masher, please. Because we'll probably have a lot of potatoes in this house. So it should be important that we get a lot of potatoes mashed into, well, more mashed potatoes, really. Potatoes that are not whole, that are sort of, in a pile, if you will. That can all live there. I'm okay with that. It's not my best work. It's not my best work. But it'll do. It'll do for now while I go through accessories. Here we go. These are more interesting. Give me one of those. That can live down here. Now, I'm going to kind of pretty those tools up with different tools, really, is what I'm going to go with there. Give me an Almondo jar, because I just don't feel a house is complete without an Almondo jar. And also give me whatever other jars you've got kicking around here. Oh, the Susan jar. Yeah, Susan, when you come over, this is your jar. Please don't use any other jars. The spatula made it after all. Yes, delicately arranged in the kitchen. In the kitchen, Voss Ross. So it's not completely threatening, but it's close by. You know it's there. Next to the kitchen, in the living room, or the family room. Yeah, the kitchen will go into the family room, definitely. We'd plan that to happen. I guess a bowl of fruit, because why not? Although, do please always remember, X-Shot, do please remember, as we strive to do, ain't no one tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay. So, I create here. I do my best to, that's terrible. I can't live with that. That's the worst thing I've ever done. Why didn't somebody stop me from doing that? So, this could be a living room. You're right, it could be a living room. Or, different thought, blue skying here, going out in a different area. It could be a hot tub room. Maybe there's no living room. Maybe you have to eat dinner in the hot tub. Is that a bad thing? I don't think it is. This is your jar. I made it just for you. I promise not what you think it's for. In this house, it probably is what you think it's for. Yeah. Assume creepy in this house, and then, go from there. Oh, an electric kettle. You're probably going to need that to make the tea or whatever it is people drink that don't drink coffee. I don't really understand it myself. But apparently it's a thing. Apparently there are people who do not drink coffee. And those people are wrong. But I can't really hold it against them. Sometimes things are just wrong. There's a kitty who has decided that my home is his now. He's in my ceiling. Kitties love ceilings. My kitty loves our ceiling. we say it's where Ceiling Kitty lives, which is his imaginary friend. So we have Mel, this is like the most exciting thing I've ever heard. Can you please send photos? You've got to put photos in the Discord. Oh, shameless self-promotion, link down below. You've got to put photos in the Discord of your new Ceiling Kitty. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. Please do that immediately. So I look forward. Mel, here's the thing. If you're not Thor, then there better be some pictures of your new Ceiling Kitty in the Discord when I'm done with this stream. That's all I have to say about that. Unless you get called to wait to like a blinky light emergency, and we would understand that. Salesman has called my house a few dozen times, including just now. Keeps saying, this is the final call. I'm waiting for final to happen. Indeed, I got a couple years ago. Hang on, Ceiling Kitty. So we have open beams in our house. We have a open beam ceiling thing. So Kitty loves to go from the counter to the fridge, from the fridge up into the beams, where he will just cry because he just realized he lives in the ceiling now and he's not so sure that was a good idea. But yeah, we claim that Ceiling Kitty lives in the ceiling, and that's our kitty's imaginary friend. Anyway, I got a couple of years ago, when they were making the rounds, I got one of those scam calls about guys pretending to be from Microsoft. Remember when that was making the rounds? And we're like, we're from Microsoft, and like, you're clearly not from Microsoft because you're calling from a country that doesn't even exist anymore. It was like a country for 3 minutes. Anyway, so I got that call, and they're like, your computer is in serious danger, and you need to, obviously, ostensibly give us your credit card information, and we can fix it online. And I replied, okay, go ahead and let the computer break. And they're like, no, we're not kidding, sir. Your computer is vulnerable right now, and we can take your information and all of that. I'm like, great, do it. And I said, I'm standing in front of my laptop right now. Shut my computer down. Shut it down. Make it go on fire. If you think you can do it, do it. And they're like, we're not kidding, sir. And I was like, I think you're kidding because you're not doing it. I'm looking at my computer right now. Go ahead and blow it up. And then I might think about giving you my credit card information. And they never did. I kept him on the phone for like half an hour because it really made me amused. I'm like, this is your dime. This is your phone call. This is your international phone call. I'm just going to keep you on the phone as long as I can, and that's going to be my little part to help the world. Because in those 30 minutes, that's a whole bunch of other people that you didn't call and scam. So this is like my little good karma moment. Anyway, he's still skittish and runs away from me. He'll get over that. Plan to bribe him with tuna. You are the smartest kitty owner ever. That's it. That's all you need. And funny thing about tuna and kitties, Mrs. Dave and I have pondered this question for quite a while. Why do kitties even know what tuna is? Even in the wild, cats are not going to encounter tuna. A tuna is a deep sea fish. I know tuna fishermen personally. This is a deep sea fish. There are zero cats out in the deep ocean. I know this. I don't have to be a zoologist to know that the amount of cats living in the deepest parts of the Atlantic Ocean is in fact zero. So how do cats know what tuna is? It can't be some sort of instinctual memory because, to the best of my knowledge, cats have never encountered tuna. You already have a hot tub, which needs an entirely black room with glowing white speckles. Oh, I see what you're going for there. Okay, it's a thought. We can think about that. I still need to go through the accessories thing, though, because that's where really all the good stuff is. I'm going to put the sugar over here so I can actually see the black thing on the white thing rather than the black thing on the black thing. You use a PC or laptop to play House Flipper. I use a PC because if I tried to do this on my laptop would burst into flames. It used to be able to play this. It's just that my laptop has seen a lot of work since I got it. A lot of work. I did all of the early channel on my laptop, and it's paid the price. I've always said if that laptop was a car, I put like 200,000 miles on that in the first year. So, oh, there we go. I'll put this up. Okay, this is in special commemoration. This is a special moment in special commemoration of the final episode of RimWorld from Penge. We are going to put up this tea. There we go. So a little canister, a little container of tea there in commemoration of the final episode of RimWorld. Carrie just joined the Discord. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. Thank you, Carrie. Welcome. There's lots of photos of my kitty and then other pets, many of whom are kitties. Not all of them, but many of whom are kitty. My husband had one of those guys call him. He had them on the phone for 45 minutes. Oh, good deal. Give my congratulations to your husband. And in the end, he hung up on them and they called back. Oh, that takes cojones. Dang. I would not. That's a bold move. 45 minutes. Well done. Because you know what? In those 45 minutes, that's 45 minutes that they weren't calling somebody else who might get scammed. Because my mother got taken advantage of by one of those guys. She fell for it. She fell for the scam. And they didn't get a lot of money off of her, but they got some money off of her. And it was, it's sad and depressing when somebody takes advantage of a family member. So when they got on the phone with me, I'm like, yeah, blow up my laptop. I dare you. I'm looking at it right now. I'm waiting for you to do it. I'm waiting for you. I'm looking at it right now. So to answer your question, X-Shot, you could probably run this on a laptop. I used to be able to run this on a laptop, but my laptop is rather tired, and it struggles to do lots of games now. Lots of games. Finances permitting, I would probably be in the market for a new laptop, but it still basically does what I need it to do. It's just, it runs super hot, and sometimes if it's something really, really graphically intensive, like some sort of action game, like when I play Fallout 4 on that, one of two things will happen. Either I will, about every 45 minutes or so, I will actually just shut the computer down. I'll get out of the game and shut the computer down and allow it time to cool off, or it'll just crash the desktop from the heat. It'll just crash the desktop. Menu is a chalkboard menu that someone took a picture of. That's how... I missed something there. Hang on. There's something about lunch. Hang on. Let me figure out what's up with Willow's lunch. Where was Willow's lunch? I know I just saw it in there a second ago. There we go. Lunch is being discussed. Need to look at a menu of a local pizzeria. Oh, okay. Keithy, welcome. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on chat, Keithy. I didn't see you come in there. Welcome. So, all right. So the menu is a photo of the menu. Got it. Love being mean to scammers. Yeah, it's great. If I could do that as a hobby, I would do that. I just don't know enough of them. Does there need to be a hairdryer in the kitchen? No, but there needs to be a wrench. Just in case. You never know when you're going to need a wrench. I have always said that about a good pair of linesman's pliers. Linesman's pliers, I keep around the house, like at least a couple of pairs, because I keep a pair in the car, I keep a pair in the house. Linesman's pliers is darn close to a universal tool. You can do almost anything with that. Almost anything. Older people who are not into technology get scammed often, and it's sad people take advantage of them. Yeah, it is. It is, Mel. And my mother is not, like, ancient, but, she's older than me, because that's how biology works. And, I don't know, it's weird because she's one of the tougher people I know. Because she had a bit of a rough life, so she had to learn how to be tough. And I think now that she's in like a calm, chill place where she doesn't have to worry about things, she's a little more off her game in terms of spotting a scam or something like that, or just spotting someone who's trying to take advantage of you. I may have made her a little too relaxed in her old age. Anyway, when I played Counter-Strike Global Offensive, it felt different. The PC felt better because it would definitely break. I mean, yeah, all things being equal, I would play everything on the PC. It's just the PC lives upstairs in what is nominally, an air quotes office, I guess. It's certainly where I do all the work for the channel, is upstairs. And the thing is, when I'm done with that, I want to go downstairs. I want to go hang out with Mrs. Dave in the living room and watch TV and just kind of chill out and all that. So that's where the laptop is. So I do all of my, I guess, a pair of linesman's pliers. Oh, super. Yeah, we've got to have that. Everybody needs some of these around. Seriously, if you don't own a pair of linesman's pliers, hurry out and get one, because they're a universal tool. You can do virtually anything with a pair. You can even, in a pinch, use them as a hammer. I've done it. Anyway, so downstairs, like in my, I guess you call it my off time when I'm not working on the channel, which is a large chunk of my day. I work very hard on this, and because I love doing it, and I want to keep doing it. That's where I do sort of my, air quotes, private gaming, and that's going to be on the laptop. So I'm really only playing games, first of all, that I want to play and I know are going to satisfy me. And we've had this discussion more than a few times in chat, which is the macaroni and cheese games, the ones where I know I'm gonna have a good time. I know exactly what I'm getting into. It's not going to, necessarily. There's a hoe in this game. When did we get a hoe? Okay, that would have been a really odd moment for somebody to come into chat. I'm getting one. I've never seen that in House Flipper. Why won't you let me put this there? There we go. Perfect. Looks great. Anyway, so the macaroni and cheese games where I know exactly what I'm getting into, it's comfort food games like RimWorld or XCOM or Fallout or Total War. Because I don't, when I have time to play games by myself, XShot, I'm not generally going to play a game that I haven't played before. Because if I don't like it, I feel I've kind of wasted time. Like I could have been playing something that I know for a fact I'll enjoy. And, I'm not necessarily saying that's a good or a bad thing to be. It's just the way I am. It's just the way I am. And if I'm playing something I've played a million times before, I can play it more casually. I can chat with Mrs. Dave. I can watch TV. Just kind of keep an eye on the game out of the corner of my eye. That's why I tend to play a lot of either turn-based, like Total War, or XCOM, or colony builders. Because RimWorld, I can just kind of leave that running and just keep half an eye out in case a raid happens. I mean, I've streamed RimWorld. You see exactly how much attention I play to RimWorld. Hang on, Bobcat and Nathan. I got to approve both of those. Oh, it's because you both used the word hoe. I see why I need that approval. I bought a really dirt cheap mobile phone and gave the number out on my Facebook with the idea that anyone doesn't want to give out their number to a company and have it sold to cold calls, right? Recent update for what? Hang on. I'm backed up on chat here. I'm so backed up on chat. Okay, what is being said about things here? Bought my last two PCs pre-built. Relive some of the stress. Only finicky bit is moving all the hard drives into the new PC. Yeah, I bought this PC, and we all remember when I bought this PC. Because it was really a shining moment to be able to play Total War again. Wow, my laptop hates Total War. It just grinds to a halt and sets itself on fire. I bought this pre-built too, but I also bought pre-built with the intention of upgrading it in the future, so it's not future-proof. But in the future, I could upgrade some things if I chose to do that. But right now, it's going just fine. It's working out just fine. Tried to find you in an application called the Axinator YouTube Guesser application. I don't know what that is. Fill me in. I'm not really sure why that. Private gaming, I wonder what kind of games. Well, the funnier part, Nathan, the funnier part about that, and wait for the whole sentence, please. Wait for the whole sentence, is the games that I do play privately, I need to be able to play with one hand. Wait for the rest of the sentence, Nathan. Wait for the rest of the sentence. Because I'm generally reclined on my couch and the laptop is about 2 to 3 feet away from me, so I'm really not interested in something where I have to have my hands on the keyboard and the mouse at the same time. I'm just not interested. So it's something I can either play with a controller like Fallout, or it's going to be something like RimWorld where I can play with just a mouse. A game with just a mouse is ideal for me for private gaming. Now, I think I'm vaguely caught up on chat at this point. When I assembled the PC for the first time, was not helped by anyone. The PC almost exploded and was smoking. When I got this PC, when I unpacked it, I forgot to take out the sort of like impact packaging, like the foam that was inside of it. So, it doesn't rattle around when it's in transit. And I almost fired the thing up with the foam in place, which I'm sure would have caused a fire. I have no doubt would have caused a fire. At the very last second, I kind of looked at it. Thankfully, it has a glass case, so I can see inside it just sort of looks cool, but I can see inside. I'm like, I don't think that foam is supposed to be in there. I don't think that foam is supposed to be there. So I took it out. That was my thing. Anyway, back to the old house flipping. If I move this island, is that going to move all the objects on it? It kind of does. Except then they fall to the ground. That's fine. I can put them back. It's all fine. Everything's fine. Everything's 100% fine. Everybody stop panicking. I've got it. I'm going to put the things back. Because now I realize I kind of want to put a dining room table here. Really. Sort of here-ish. Since new games were announced earlier this week, Did you hear anything about what you want to play? Not really. Not really. Wasteland 3 is coming out shortly, and obviously I'd love to play it. I don't know if I'll jump all over it. It is, it's got a price attached to it. Really, Xshot, I did a lot of shopping in the Steam Summer Sale. A lot. That was the largest Steam Summer Sale purchase I have personally ever made. And I save up for it. I have a very deliberate process. I save up for it, and I buy what I want to buy. But, we do fine, but we don't, Mrs. Dave and I don't have like a tremendous amount of discretionary income like we used to when I had my business. There was a lot more free money being tossed around there. So I am much more cautious about the games that I buy. I'm much more cautious about it. So there's some stuff coming out, but I'm not jumping all over anything. And certainly I've got backlogs of stuff that I haven't even looked at yet. I am also waiting patiently for Cyberpunk art. And you know just as well as I do why I'm waiting patiently for that. I hope that's going to be as awesome as it looks. I hope that's even a fraction of as awesome as it looks. I love how physics work in this game. When you move a bottom object from the stack, it's just sort of, it's like one of those conjurer's tricks where they whip the tablecloth out from underneath the things. Maybe Watch Dogs 3, I could live or die without that. I have Watch Dogs 1 for the Xbox, and then I never really got into Watch Dogs 2. I played it for a bit, and then I just sort of made traffic jams and made cars crash into each other, and that was kind of the fun for me. Anyway, why did I come in here? Oh, tables. Tables, right. Tables. Furniture and tables. Let's see what we could do with a nice dining room table. How about enormous dark table? Wow, they're not kidding about the enormous part. Yeah, that's actually a little too enormous. Let's back that off a little bit. Wait on Watch Dogs 3 until it's cheaper than a pizza. That's a good unit of measurements for pricing things. More or less expensive than a pizza. I never use round tables. Maybe... Oh, that's way too small. Wait, didn't I use that over here? No, I used something similar over there. A round dining room table might be nice. I could get down with that. Talking about the games with one hand, I was listening and continued talking. My smile got bigger and bigger until my brother commented that I looked like a killer. I assure you he is not Nathan's brother. Well, actually, I don't know that for a fact. He might be. You know what? Now that you've said that out loud, Nathan's brother, he might be. Spike Low Girl, are we going to leave a hidden gun in the house? We always leave a hidden gun. It's our little gift to the future owners. I really would like to see... Ooh, would this work as a dining room table? Please say yes. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Yeah, let's get that to live right here. How do I think I like that? Do I like that? I don't. Not really. No. Let's put that over here. I still don't have a fridge. I should get that under control, because right now there's no real ability to have dinner of any sort. Looking forward to KSP2, but ever since Take-Two screwed over Star Theory, might not get it. Yeah, Nathan, I'm just mentioning to your brother that you may or may not be a killer. I don't know you. You might be. I'm going to assume that you're not, because if you were, you probably had more murderous things to do than be watching me play House Flipper. So I'm going to assume if you were, that you would be out, doing that. Mini cooler, that's an idea. No, let me get a fridge. Let's actually get a fridge around here. Frigidy fridge, is that electronic equipment? I don't actually think it is. Fridge, oh, it is fridge. Yay, I was right. Except, well, I wasn't really right, I just happened to click on the right tab. Fridge probably can live over here. Sort of there-ish. Do I like that? Yeah, I think I'm broadly okay with that. Yeah, the kitchen's starting to come together here. Need some chairs. Chairs would not be bad. I almost want to put a wall here. Just like a half wall or something. I actually have the pressure of living in a house where someone left a hidden gun more than once. Oh dear. That's not good. Was it me? Did I sell you that house? Because that's probably not... It's a lot of fun in House Flipper. Probably not very fun at all in the real world. How about some chairs here? How about some chairs needed to live here? Oh, hang on. If I got a couple of these, could I make these work on the island somewhere? No, they're not the right height. I don't hate them, though. I'm going to put a couple down, sort of like that. And we're going to see, they're not the right height. You'd hate sitting there if you were trying to eat off that counter. But they kind of work in my head. I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them for now. That's my plan anyway. And then a few chairs sort of in this direction. Maybe something. Oh yeah. Give me a couple of these. Oh yeah, these will work just fine. So we're gonna have a chair at a jaunty angle there, and then a regular chair at a regular angle. Can we actually tuck that in? Oh, I can. Oh, well done. I like that. I can actually tuck the chair in. Then there can be another chair. How far can I get that to tuck in? Did they actually plan that in advance so I could tuck in a chair on either side? Were you actually that smart, House Flipper? I think you were. Kind of. Yeah, well done, House Flipper. Oh, I like that. That's good. Apparently there's only going to be 3 chairs. Anyway, some in real life architecture firm users designs from house flippers to build houses. I'm telling you right now, Bird Brains, I'm telling you right now, Mads, welcome. I'm telling you right now, if finances, oh, I got to paint that. Hang on. I can't. No, that's just terrible. I can't leave that brick like that. Where's the paint I was using? Oh, that was the walls paint. Oh Lord, what was the color? Morning yellow. Pretty sure it was morning yellow. It's morning yellow now. Anyway, it's morning yellow in America, says slightly dead Ronald Reagan. There we go. Okay, God, that's so much better. That was freaking me out. What was the point of that conversation? Oh, if money were no object, I would absolutely drag this and other houses I've done in House Flipper over to an architect and say, build this. Make this house for me now. And if you can find all the accessories that go with it, even better. Even better. This desk needs books. This desk absolutely needs some books on it. Get out here. Just give me everything. Show me everything in a book, please. Literally everything in a book. Now, those are bookcases. I don't want those. I want these. I want Mermaid Shore. I've been wanting to read that for ages. And here we go. I'm going to finally get a chance to read it. Mermaid Shore. Done. Fantastic. And, of course, a guide to European castles. I go to a lot of European castles. I would like to have a guide to that. That's enough books. That's enough books. There it is. I like to snack on fresh Scotch bonnets. Bonnets? Isn't that a hat? Not like what a nun wears? No, that's a wimple. Bonnets that's like an Amish thing. It's like a wimple, but you're not a nun. That's what a bonnet is. That would be my textbook dictionary definition of a bonnet. It would go bonnet, and then it would say noun, and then it would show you how to pronounce it in phonetics, which I actually used to know how to do. I used to be able to write everything in phonetics. I had to learn it for a class, but I don't remember it anymore. So it would be bonnet, and then it would be noun, and then it would be phonetics, and then the definition would be, it's like a nun, but you're not. That would be my definition of it. Why is the cat watching inappropriate content? Again, Nathan, the question really is, why isn't your cat watching inappropriate content? The only thing that my cat watches on TV is the show about kitties. We discovered the show about kitties ages ago, Kitty and I. And I think it's like a National Geographic thing or something. But it's like a documentary about house cats and how house cats think and the domesticated cat and that. And I was watching it because I know, I say a lot about kitties because kitties are awesome. I am genuinely curious. Like in my dream world, they invent something where you actually know what's going on in a cat's mind. Like when they do Crazy Kitty, when they just flip out and start tearing around the house crying, I want to know what's going through your mind, kitty. I want the kitty to go, here's what's happening. I'm going through a crazy moment right now, but I'm going to explain to you the backstory of why I'm going through this. I want to know that. When Ceiling Kitty is up there and Kitty goes to join Ceiling Kitty, I want to know what's going on in his mind. You know what I really want? When my cat is just staring at the wall, not asleep, just wide awake, sitting, staring at a wall. I want to know what's going through Kitty's mind. So anyway, when documentaries about kitties come up, I tend to watch them. And Kitty and I discovered the show about kitties. That's not the actual title, but that's what we've been calling it in the Dave household for years. I started watching this. My kitty went mental. Mental. Because he could see the kitties on the screen. And they're house cats. They're not like tigers. They look like him. And he went berserk. He was trying to jump at the television. He was crying. He was trying to, bat the television, nuzzle the television. And he just could not figure out why the kitties were not interacting with him. And it made me fun. It just made me smile all day. I don't care if that was cruel to kitties. But Kitty didn't seem to be bothered. He just seemed very confused as to why the other kitties didn't acknowledge his existence. Anyway, make milk for the cat, please. Wait, what now? What are we doing? Make a milk bar for the cats. Mermaid. Okay, all right. I gotta get back up on chat here. Scotch bonnet is a chili pepper. Okay, I'm still pretty convinced that the Scotch bonnet is what a non-nun woman would be wearing in Scotland to cover her head. Except she would kind of look like a nun. Make a milk for the cat. We don't actually have a cat. We don't actually have a cat per se. We just have a lot of cat things in here, Nathan. So we'll probably, and I have milk out. There's milk right here. The cat can help himself at any time. At any time. And then, okay, am I caught up on a kittumentary? I see what you're doing there, Boss Ross. I see what you're doing. Yeah, we call it the show about kitties. And we always threaten to put the show about kitties on to Kitty, so Kitty can just go mental again. I think I'm liking the way this kitchen is coming together. I'm liking the way this kitchen is coming together. Milk is one of those things cats shouldn't have. I think you're actually right. I don't know that for a fact. We've never fed our cat milk, but I don't actually think they're supposed to be drinking milk. Not cow milk, anyway. I don't think that happens. I mean, people try and do it, but I think they're actually not. That doesn't actually work with their digestive system. We just give our cat water, just regular old tap water. Seems to do just fine on it. Doesn't seem to be hurting the cat in any way. So he seems to be just fine with just some regular old tap water. There absolutely needs to be something in this corner. What is going in that corner? Maybe a bookshelf. What is going to live there? There has to be something there. Show me things in equipment. No, that's not what I wanted to look at all. Let's never look at that again. Willow says it's okay once in a while, but not very often. We don't like... our kitty has a long memory for things that he likes. He's generally very, very stupid, but he has a really long memory for things that he likes. So if he liked milk, he just expect it all the time. Now, I have tuna maybe once or twice a year, but he knows it. He knows when... And it's not the can. It's not the can. He knows specifically what Tupperware I'm going to use to put the tuna in, to put it in the fridge. He knows that. So he has a really long memory. We would probably not give him milk because he'd just expect it. He'd expect it all the time, and he'd get to be a pain in the butt over it. Maybe it is a bookshelf. Maybe the multi-level bookcase is exactly what lives there. Paintings? Yeah, possibly. Possibly do some paintings. I think this is actually going to work. Except now I want kind of another one to match it. Like maybe it lives in this corner over here. If I do that... Yeah! And a lamp. A lamp in the middle. That's where we're going. Probably the lack of bacon, but Scotch bonnet sounds like some kind of drink you'd order when smashed because it sounds amazing. It does sound like a last call drink. It does, and I've heard a few of those. I used to work in a bar part-time, and there's drinks that you order when you first go in the bar, and there's drinks that you order at last call. And those are completely different drinks. I'm going to tell you right now, the drinks you order at last call have way more inventive names, some of which I can't say during stream because it's, ostensibly a, PG-13 channel. But the drinks you order at last call have way more inventive names than the drinks you order when you first go in the bar. They're not called like a martini or a gin and tonic. No, they get really, really creative names, often cursing while they're doing it. So yeah, you're right. A Scotch bonnet, I could see that. That's a last call drink. You're already wrecked, and you're trying to pound them down before they kick you out of the bar. So you need quality at that point. And I don't mean top shelf booze. I mean you need that drink to pack a punch like you're getting mugged That's a last call drink, and you're going to give it a fun name. Looks like a kiddie playground now. Yeah, you're not wrong. Cat would love that. It's basically a box of other boxes. It's pretty much kiddie heaven. It's a box with other boxes in it. I don't know how much more cat you can get with that. What kind of... Yeah, give me a standing lamp. Standing lamp is definitely going to live around here somewhere. No, not that one. It's not that one. I'm pretty sure it's this one, though. Pretty sure it's this one. Oh, that's very small. But it could live up here. I don't hate that. It could live up there. That's not terrible, but I was kind of hoping for a tall standing lamp. What is the radioactive tab? Oh, that's stuff from the Apocalypse DLC, which is not what we're looking at right now. There we go. So it's like things you'd put in a bunker. Others, toilet paper, shovels, all sorts of stuff. I think that's the DLC that all the weapons came in. So yeah, it's all just like Fallout bunker kind of things. What is the raccoon? The raccoon is a light. So go back to lamps. It's Wolfie Ben lamp, and then raccoon lamp, and then Hedgehog Jojo. We've used Hedgehog Jojo before. Hedgehog Jojo is a great lamp. It's as I recall, it's a standing lamp, isn't it? Yeah, it's a standing lamp, which is weird because it looks like it should go on a wall. It clearly looks like it should go on a wall, but it doesn't. We can kind of pretend it's going to go on a wall by putting it right there. Yeah, okay, we can do Hedgehog Jojo here. Why not? You know what? There's never a wrong time for Hedgehog Jojo. There we go. Scotch Bonnet is a last call drink, Dave Cannon. It is. I mean, come on. If you went into a bar, I don't care what side of the Atlantic you're on. You go into an American bar or a British pub and you order a Scotch Bonnet. I don't know what time British pubs close, and here in America it's state by state. But in my state, it's 1 a.m. So at 12:45, that's when last call is, and at 12:45, you're ordering a Scotch Bonnet, definitely. And it probably has, I don't know, is there a very traditional Scottish, like, hard alcohol, like, and I'm not talking about hard alcoholic spirits, I mean hard alcohol, like, it will wreck you. Like, over here, it would be like Fireball or something like that, which is just like one shot and you're on the floor kind of thing. So is there a traditional, like, okay, if you're a Scotsman, and it's last call, what are you ordering? Like, what's your go-to drink there? Do you want a Scotch egg with your Scotch Bonnet? I love Scotch eggs. I absolutely adore Scotch eggs. My cousin does them every year for Christmas, and they're delicious. She brings them every single year, and we look forward to them every single year. I love Scotch eggs. I want to see Dave build a bar. Maybe the next house will be a bar. I think, I could be 100% wrong, there is some sort of bar building simulator that I saw on Steam. It's on my wish list somewhere. I basically, if the game has the word simulator in it, it's probably on my wish list, unless it looks so terrible that even I won't play it. But there's some kind of bar simulator, and I think it's not so much building a bar as it is renovating a bar. So it'd be more like Train Station Renovation that we played a little while ago. But it's there. I mean, it's not released yet, but it exists. Hedgehog Jojo sounds like an indie movie. Sounds like an indie band. Sounds like somebody I would have listened to in college. Bird Brains is out here. Okay, thank you, Bird Brains. Thank you for coming by. Thank you. Next house we do in this game needs a bar. Well, again, if we can find this bar simulator or it ever gets released, then we're in business. I need more decorative things here. I need more accessories. That's what I always need, more accessories. We did the house with a bunch of spoons, so I don't know if I'm going to go spoons on this. Ladles, none of this is particularly... I'll put a square dessert plate, excuse me, not a desert plate. That's a completely different kind of plate. That can live right here. I do a lot of those, I feel. I do a lot of those. But something needs to live in some of these shelves. I got to flesh this out a little bit. Probably not Ragdoll Sue. That's pushing the creepiness factor in this house. And that's saying something. That's really saying something. Quick, Easy, Delicious can live here. It's close to the kitchen. I mean, it can basically live there. So if we get you to live... Can I get you to sit kind of like that? Yeah, good enough. That works. Is there anything you have put in I'm assuming you mean every house so far. Well, a gun. Yeah, I usually leave a surprise weapon for the new homeowners. I think it's fun. I think it's like, because that's what real estate people do. We've bought a property or two in our lives, Mrs. Dave and I, and the real estate broker always gives you like a gift at the end. Usually it's some flowers or like some chocolates or something along those lines, like a gift card to a local place. That's always a very common one I found. I've known a lot of real estate brokers in my time, many real estate brokers, and this is what I'm doing. I'm giving them a gift. This is my little parting gift to say, hey, welcome to your new home. P.S. There are firearms. You may or may not find them, but they're there. They exist. I'm gonna get a few of these. Let's get that to live like that. Boy, this looks like the house when Mrs. Dave and I first moved in, where we actually couldn't afford to have cabinets at that point, so we just had to put all our kitchen things on any flat surface. Any flat surface. Cough coming on, excuse me. Much better. So when we first moved in, we had no cabinets. We couldn't afford them while we were building the house. So we basically had our food, dry food, on the table, on the kitchen table. That was our storage. I mean, we had a fridge, so we could put, that stuff away. But any flat surface, that was our cabinets. That's how we kind of made that happen. I almost feel I need more cabinets over here. If I go back to cabinets, can I find the corner cabinet for that? Does that exist? That's the double door cabinet. No. Single door? No, I'm looking for a corner one. Corner? Anyone want to show me a corner here? Not really. I will put a couple of these up, though. Just because I think, why not? You can have one there and one there. Okay. Yeah, I really feel that needs I don't know. I'm not... It's not my best kitchen, I'm not going to lie. I think really almost I've kind of blown it on the garage bathroom and the Shagadelic Love Nest. I think the rest of this is just me making up the numbers at this point. When the realtor gives you a card to a local home renovation business, you need to cancel the deal and get your money back. I have known a lot of real estate brokers, and I've known some very, very good, very honest, very reputable real estate brokers. And I've noticed some scam artists too, but the best ones will have dealt with that in advance. Or the best ones will walk you in the door and say, hey, this house needs work. That's why you're getting it for this price. You want a nicer house? Pay more. So I've known a lot of real estate brokers, and a lot of them do have the cards of a home renovation business in the area. But they're upfront about it. They're like, hey, you're buying a house at a discount price. There's some problems with it. I looked at the list of Scottish last calls drinks. My favorite name was the Speyside. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Speyside? And first of all, where is there a list of Scottish last call drinks? Because I feel that's a list we should all be aware of. I have not been to Scotland. I've lived in England. I've been to Ireland many times. I've never actually been to Scotland. But I'd like to know what I'm getting into if we go there. Are they just deep frying all the candy bars? Have you not had deep fried candy bars, Ross? Because those are awesome. We have a deep fryer here. Not a big one, like a sort of a homeowner version of it. I will deep fry anything. If you hand it to me, I will throw it in the deep fryer. I have no compunction about that. I will test drive deep frying anything. I made the craziest concoction for Christmas a few years ago. It was basically everything delicious, and then I deep fried it. So it was very good. Very, very good. It was very messy. It was not something you could eat and not have to hose yourself off afterwards. But it was very good. I need more plants. Yes, apparently I need more plants. I've just decided that right now at this exact second. Wow, this plant's only 42 cents to buy this? That's a really cheap plant. I figure at least a few bucks on that. Have you successfully deep fried your own ice cream? Absolutely. I have. I know you put that up there saying, haha, I've got him on this one. No, I've absolutely done that, Voss Ross. I make my own ice cream, and I have deep fried my own ice cream. The secret really is what you're using as the sort of what are you going to coat it with. And my mother-in-law had the trick of it, because you would traditionally use like buttermilk, and then so you would coat the thing in buttermilk and then roll that or entomb it in whatever breading you were using. But she did it with pancake batter, which was awesome. Yeah, we're Americans. We deep fry everything, and particularly me. I will literally, if you give it to me, this plant is so much bigger than I thought it was. That is so much bigger than I thought it was. I like it. We're going to use it. But not over there, we're not. Actually, I say that out loud. Maybe that's the centerpiece that I'm missing over here. It might be. If I maybe do that a little bit off kilter, just a little bit, and then that, how do I feel about that? Nope, I don't like that. I don't like that. So yeah, you thought you were getting me, Voss Ross. No, I've totally done that. I've 100% done that. I've made my own ice cream and deep fried it at multiple times. Actually, multiple times. So, yeah, that's a thing. Irish pubs don't call last orders as they tend not to close. It's the end of the world. That will be last call for an Irish pub. But did we ever... Sorry, if it came up in chat and I missed it, I apologize. But did we ever figure out when pubs traditionally close if they're not in Ireland? How does someone wake up one day and decide to deep fry ice cream? Okay, let me answer that question for you, Mel, because you've asked. Mrs. Dave and I are fans of any sort of Food Network show. So we watch a lot of those. And I don't know if you guys have this in other parts of the world, either in Great Britain, where many of you guys are, or indeed in Paradise, where Mel is. But we have a show called Carnival Eats. And it is, it's carnivals. I mean, the carnival is not unique to America, but I think the American carnival is very unique to America. I think that's a very iconic thing that we have. And one of the high points of the American carnival is just the most ridiculous food. Just, if you can think of something that's absurd to do with food, you go to your local carnival and somebody thought of it before you did. So, oh my God, this is even bigger. But this might be it. I think this is the one that lives here. I'm pretty sure. I wish I could get that just a little bit closer to the window. But I think, yes, that is it. That is it. I didn't leave any room for window treatments there. I'll cross that bridge later. So anyway, I was watching this show called Carnival Eats. This is actually a very American moment, Mel. This is Dave being super, super American. Super American. So which I rarely am. I go back and forth between my British and my American roots, but this is me being ultra American. So I looked at this show and I was watching it, and somebody was basically doing deep fried ice cream. And I've made my own ice cream for a number of years. Mrs. Dave got me an ice cream maker like a million years ago, and I've been using it ever since. It's fun. It's actually not cost effective. It's actually cheaper just to go buy ice cream, because the ingredients to make ice cream are more expensive than the ice cream. Anyway, long story short, which it won't be. So, Mel, to answer your question, I went and I watched the show, and somebody did deep fried ice cream. I thought, huh. And in a very ultra-American moment, I said, hold my beer. I got you on that. So I didn't actually have a beer. I don't actually even drink. But it was a hold my beer moment. So Mrs. Dave came home to this, by the way. Mrs. Dave came home to this insanity. I got the deep fryer out. I started making some ice cream. Well, actually, I had to make a big trip to the grocery store. So I started making some ice cream after I got home. Just a very simple vanilla ice cream, because this is all a test drive. Now, what Mrs. Dave had purchased for me a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, she's always getting me really, really cool kitchen things. She got me those, I guess they're like latex or plastic spheres that you can put, liquids in, and then you put them in the freezer. Like you make it like a giant ice ball or something like that. Anyway, what I did is I melted down some chocolate, and I painted the inside of the spheres. And it's not latex. Somebody's going to have to tell me what the exact word is. I can't remember. And I put them in the freezer. And meantime, I'm making my own ice cream. I've also picked up some pancake batter. And I've picked up, it was a very short run of the food. But for a brief period of time, they were doing chocolate peanut butter Cheerios. So it never went anywhere. I got like one box specifically to do this, but I got a box of those. I crushed those down to a powder while the ice cream is being made and the chocolate spheres are freezing. So all of that being done, I've got the pancake batter mixed up. I get everything together. So a ball of ice cream gets put into the chocolate sphere. The chocolate sphere gets rolled into the pancake batter, and then that gets rolled through the chocolate peanut butter Cheerio powder / crumbs that I have created. All of that went in the deep fryer. It came out 30 seconds later. It is the most insane, explosive piece of chocolate gooiness I have ever made in my life, Mel. In my life. I looked at the Food Network and looked at Carnival Eats and said, ha ha, hold my beer. That's the answer to your question, Mel. That's the answer to your question. I don't even remember what your question was at this point. Your question is so far back in chat right now that I'm not even sure what your question was. But somehow it related to, I think, everything else that I just said. I'm from a market town where pubs legally opened at 6 a.m. and everywhere else was 11 a.m. Gotcha. Okay, I like the way the kitchen is going. I kind of want... Oh, maybe this plant lives over here. That might be where that plant lives. How far can I get that? See with the leaves, I can't quite get it to sit exactly where I want. I wouldn't mind having it here, but it doesn't... No, it sits too far away from the wall. Never mind that. Never mind. So, again, I don't actually remember what Mel's question was, but apparently it was vitally important that I told that story. Vitally important. Ever have the Snoopy snow cone maker? No, but I had an Easy Bake Oven. Yeah, I totally had that back in, I don't know, 1974 or something like that. And I totally made, like, cupcakes with a light bulb. Yeah, I had that. I've always liked poking around the kitchen, but I'm a serial re-roller there, too. Oh, see what I did? I kind of made a pun and a little bit of wordplay about the whole rolling the thing in cereal. Anyway, I'm not as focused as Mrs. Dave. Like, Mrs. Dave can stay focused on task, and I just sort of... I think of things, I'm like, I wonder if I did all these things and put it in a deep fryer, if it would taste any good. And it does. But I'm not focused where I'm, like, going to practice doing it every single day. I would be a terrible person to try and teach cooking or baking to, because I would just not stay focused. I would be the guy who goes, let's throw it all in the deep fryer and see what happens. That's what I would do. Snow cone maker and an Easy Bake Oven. Yeah, Easy Bake Ovens were great. I mean, they were terrible. I can't imagine that there was anything resembling food that came out of them. I mean, it has to be all chemicals, right? It had to be all chemicals. Because it's just, nothing in that was food. If you can cook it with a light bulb and give it to kids, then it's probably all chemicals. It certainly wasn't the 70s. 70s, I'm going to tell you right now, there was no food in the 70s. Nothing in the 70s was actual food. It was all just chemicals mashed together. Food was created, not grown in any way. What does the large 87 M2 mean? Large 87 M2. Is that on the screen? Oh, meters squared. I see what you're doing. Yeah, it's a large kitchen. It's 87 meters squared. So what will oh my god, we're actually doing something to do with House Flipper. I don't know what to do with that information. Deep fried pizza. Yeah, that's almost too easy, Boss Ross. Duh. That's too easy. I don't do easy. I get all the things and deep fry them. So yeah, right now we're in what House Flipper determines to be the kitchen. It's determining it to be the kitchen because I put certain kitchen-y things in it. And it's saying it's 87.2 meters, or 87 meters squared. I bet, yeah, it considers the Shagadelic 60s Love Nest to be part of the kitchen, which is unfortunate, but there it is. This will probably qualify as a bedroom. Yep. So I go in here, it's got bedroom things like a bed, and it qualifies that as a bedroom, 11 square meters. It kills me, but it qualifies this as a garage. It is clearly a majestic, open-air, 3-toilet bathroom, but it's saying it's a garage. We watched the stream with Mrs. Dave. We know how we cook cakes. That was a great stream. I'm hoping at some point in the future I can convince her to do that again, because that was so much fun to do with you guys. And she had fun too. She had a lot of fun. She was a little nervous at the beginning, but she got into the swing of it, and she ended up having a great time with you guys. So I appreciate you being very gentle with her on her first stream, and we're going to see if we can get her to do that again at some point. Actually shouldn't have deep fried anymore. Oh yeah, that is a problem. I shouldn't either. Not for that reason. I just, I'm getting to an age where I'm long past the age where I can just eat whatever I want. Like, if I eat a lot of deep fried foods, I don't have that particular problem, but I will wake up with the worst. I get like that acid throat where I'm just having horrible indigestion, and it's trying to just, it's not good. And I lose sleep over it. I lose sleep because I feel like my throat is coated in acid, which indeed it is. It's coated in my own stomach acid because I ate like a moron. Want an air fryer? Yeah, I've got one of those. Been eyeing one for a while. I like it. I will tell you right now, Mel, if you like chicken, I will not cook chicken in anything but an air fryer now. It does chicken perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Just a little tiny bit crispy on the outside, which is just the way I like it. I mean, the way I cook it in the air fryer anyway, and just perfect. There is not a hint of pink in there at all. Perfectly white, juicy all the way through. I'm gonna tell you, if you eat chicken on a regular basis, go air fryer all the time. I haven't cooked a lot else in it. I've cooked, a couple of things, but mostly we use it. I mean, it's taking up a lot of space for something we use only for chicken, but it does chicken like wicked well, like really, really well. That plant is bird of paradise, popular in flower shows. Could use a flower show simulator. I'm surprised there isn't flower show simulator. Be shocked if there wasn't flower show simulator at some point. There's everything else simulator. I really like this plant. I just wish I could get it to live a little bit closer to the wall, but I can't because of the leaves that are on it. What's on the experimental list, Tooth? What's your takeaway from Dave? My God, what is somebody's takeaway from this? I have no idea. You know what? I await Tooth's answer on that. I await Tooth's answer. What is your takeaway from this stream? Is it deep fried ice cream, chocolate, cereal, pancake balls? Because that's what I made. And feel free to use that recipe. I've done it a couple more times since then, because I told my family about that, and they're like, "Oh my God, you have to make that. Please make that for us. Please let us eat that." So we did. We've done it again a couple of times, but I don't feel I've really perfected the recipe. It's very hard. I think I might have to do it over multiple hauls and keep refreezing it, because it's very hard to get a perfect sphere with the pancake batter and the cereal crushed up. That's when it gets really sloppy. So I think I might do pancake batter, refreeze that, then bring that out. Anyway, it's all a work in progress. It's all a work in progress. And Nathan knows it's story time. Yeah, that's when we just I've decided we've stopped playing. This needs a rug. This needs a rug. I'm gonna play House Flipper for a sec. I know it won't happen often. Don't worry about it. So give me some rugs. Maybe what am I feeling here? I often do the carpet line one. I just kind of like it. Show me this thing, because that just looks sort of dark and goth. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. Can I get that to live right under the table? Sort of, kind of, a little bit, maybe, a little tiny bit. Okay, I don't want it under the table anymore. It can live right there. Do I like that? Yeah, I kind of do, actually. It doesn't make a lick of sense there, but it's growing on me. It's growing on me. Dave has all the opposite preferences to my own. In terms of food, yeah, that shouldn't surprise anyone. On the whole, I say the crazy things that I make, and that Mrs. Dave, this is amazing baker, which she is, cupcakes and cakes and all this stuff. Mrs. Dave and I actually, for the majority of a week-to-week basis, we actually eat what I think most people consider to be fairly healthy. We don't, we're not actually out eating fried food every day. We're not getting pizzas every day or anything like that. In fact, we're actually very boring on a day-to-day basis on what we eat. We actually largely eat kind of the same things, and that's mostly because it really simplifies grocery shopping. Like, we are in and out of a grocery store in about 9 minutes because we're basically getting the same things every time. But when we do splurge, oh, look out. Like, if we're getting burgers tonight, then the burger place needs to warm up and get ready, because food's going to happen. Food's going to happen there. What about a sprayer to thinly coat the Oreo? Oh. Huh. I like where you're going with that. I like where you're going with that idea. I don't know what I would use to spray it, but I like the idea, and I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter. I think we are on to something there. I like the idea. I don't know how it would be executed. That's my sticking point there. I don't know how to execute that, but I like where you're going. I think just a series of freezing, adding, refreezing kind of thing would probably do the trick. But I know we don't really have the freezer space to do that over the long haul. I think probably I'll put the surprise firearm down here. I think I actually will put it in the other one because I've kind of put a lot of stuff over there. There we go. Right over there. There we go. So that's done. Nice pair of linesman's pliers on the counter. Excellent. Excellent. Now what else lives around here? See, this is the, I was going to say the boring part of House Flipper, but none of House Flipper is boring. This is just the fidgety bit where I'm trying to get all the decorations that I feel need to live here. Show me vases. Maybe we could do a vase here. That wouldn't be bad. I could see that. Give me this guy. Yeah, I'm going to put this somewhere. Actually, I'm going to put that up in the windshield. 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 Well, the guy better be replacing my glass. I'm supposed to be getting my windshield replaced today in my driveway. It might be happening right now. I don't know. I told him just come by and do it. I'm not going to be available to pay attention to you in any way, shape, or form. I didn't tell him I'd be playing video games online and chatting with people. I felt that was information that person probably didn't need. But possibly my windshield might be replaced when I get out of here. A nice little crack in it last week. Hit by a rock. Cracked the windshield. Okay, I may as well put the piano down at this point. I've kind of committed to a piano for weeks now. So let's get the piano down here. There we go. Actually, do we want a white piano? That's a little Liberace to me. You have an oven, but you have a stovetop. No, probably not. I probably skipped that bit. I'll work on that. Do we want... I think we do go with the Liberace piano. It's not quite as glittery as a Liberace piano, but I think the feeling is there. So let's get this to live... Oh, you know what? Right under Hamburg. That's totally makes sense. Right under Hamburg. And it probably needs some kind of, like, bench, right? People sit down when they're playing the piano traditionally, unless you're Jerry Lee Lewis. I think there's some sort of bench or something that needs to be there. Show me chairs. I don't know if there's, like, is there a piano bench? That's kind of a piano bench. Yeah, that's basically a piano bench. It should probably match the piano. Okay, it's not a perfect piano bench, but it exists. It's better than no piano bench at all. So let's deal with Willow's stovetop issue, because that's an easy one. We can deal with that right now. Just got to move a few tools. It'll all be fine. It's all going to be 100% fine. Just move the pliers over there and move the wrench, because if you're in the kitchen, you're probably going to need a pair of pliers and a wrench. That should free up that counter, which means we can have a stovetop kitchen, and then down to possibly not even in this tab, because it might be in the electronic equipment tab, and indeed it probably is. Right, electronic, there we go. There we go, an induction hob. Let's get us an induction hob. I just like saying hob, it's a fun word to say. Try it, it's really fun. I also think that might be backwards. There we go. I feel like the controls would be in the front, because then you don't have to stretch your hand over the hot stove to, do these things. And let's make sure we leave the oven on, or the burners on. And actually, I never actually put it to this test. Can I put like a tea kettle on top of this? Oh my god, I can. I never knew you could do that. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think you couldn't be able to do that. Also, all 4 burners are on at the same time. But there we go. We're going to brew some water for a tea. There we go. Remember seeing a piano bench before? Yeah, I'm pretty good with the stool. I think the stool makes sense. It matches the piano, more or less, so I'm basically okay with that. I should get things like couches and whatnots in here. Give me furniture. Show me sofas. Am I going sectional here again? I'm pretty sure I'm going sectional. If only because the Melissa series is kind of Shagadelic Love Nest. And I'm okay with that. We can kind of extend the idea of the Shagadelic Love Nest into the living room. I mean, come on. That is a couch made for reclining on in a dressing gown or smoking jacket of some sort. Except, I may have to move. Do you want to live anywhere at all? There you go. Yeah, I think I got to move the plant. I think the plant is messing with this. Come over here and then move this out of the way. Now, can I get this to live? Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Plant was the problem. Everything's fine. I've solved the problem. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That absolutely. Now I can put the plant back. And the plant will make slightly more sense now, too, I feel. Except I can't put the plant back. Wow, that plant is really fidgety. Really fidgety with its borders there. Electric kettle on stovetop. Check. Splodiness incoming. Hey, I don't claim to be some sort of electronics engineer. I'm just the decorator. I'm not required to know what will and will not set things on fire. That's not my job. Take your water off the burner before it evaporates and burns the container. Done that before. I think everyone's done that before. Everyone learns that lesson the hard way. I'm just going to leave that running. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What lives over here? Something definitely... I should put a door on the place. Let's start with some fundamentals here. Let's make sure the place isn't wide open. Get me to the thing that has doors in it. Doors. There we go. That's kind of the thing I was thinking of. Oh, front door Nellis. You're my favorite now. I'm gonna do you. Do front door Nellis. Yeah, I like that. I like that. What could you show me in this, but like a chair? That's what I'd like to see. So get me to furniture. I'm going to look through chairs, but I don't think what I'm looking for is going to be in chair. Therapy couch, yes, or reclining while wearing some sort of satin smoking jacket. Definitely a satin smoking jacket has hung in this closet at one point. I don't think this is really the tab I am looking for. I think I'm looking more for the armchair tab. Yeah, I am. Armchairs, please. Let's see what might possibly do the trick. Oh my god, that is so shagadelic. How have I avoided this? Nothing. Nothing in this house says 60s love nest like this chair. That's perfect. It doesn't work here, though. But this is the ultimate... No, it's over here. There we go. It lives over here. I've already figured it out. Everyone stop panicking. I figured it out. Nothing says 60s more than that chair. If you wanted to photograph the 60s, you would start with this chair and then move from there. It's also not quite perfect. There we go. And that. Yeah. That is the 60s in furniture. Candlesticks on a piano. Ooh. Can I do that? That might be fun. Show me candle things. You know what? Just show me everything that has the word candle in it, please. There's this... Okay, this one will work. I'm not doing the spiderweb one. It's not that kind of house. If that wants to fit here... Oh, my lord, it does. And it matches the one that's in the love nest. Even better. That can go right there. Right under Hamburg. I love it. Do I have a coffee table? Not yet. Not yet. We're going to work on that. So... get me back to the thing that has furniture in it with the furniture. Now show me tables. Actually, was this the really short table that I liked? Yeah, it was. Okay. Can I make that work here? Probably. If I actually spin it around and put it the way I want it. There we go. Makes sense. Like that. Working okay. Fair enough. Did you know with Bobcat, the 10th Mountain Division was initially stationed at Camp Pines Plains in Colorado? The ON facilities were recently purchased and turned into something that we will have to wait for. Window treatments. I know, Willow. I'll do window treatments. Or curtains, as some of us might say. Window treatments. Curtains and blinds. There we go. I need, like, the big one for this. So, how about that? That's actually, strangely, a little too red for me today. Anyway, how about... No, because that's going to clash. That already clashes with itself. All right, keep it simple. Just go white. I'm going to have to move the couch. Definitely going to have to move the couch. Okay. Couch is actually just going to have to live outside for a sec. Actually, I don't hate that couch outside. We may put a similar thing on the backyard there. No, I have a sink, and I'm you know what? Dishwasher is their problem. Dishwasher is the homeowner's problem. They can get a dishwasher if they want a dishwasher. We can wash dishes by hand. It's a perfectly normal thing to do. When we were building the house, Mrs. Dave and I, we were discussing, because budget was everything. We had exactly X amount of dollars and not $1 more. So we had to go through the budget items very, very carefully. And one of the things that got cut was a garbage disposal. So Mrs. Dave has had a garbage disposal all of her life. She's never not known a garbage disposal. I haven't. And she said, well, we've got to have a garbage disposal. And I said, well, why? We don't need one. And that's like whatever it was for the disposal and then whatever it was to install. It was like $400 or $500 that we could have saved and put towards something else. And she says, well, how are we, where does the food go if you don't have a disposal? I said, we don't put food down the sink. It's just that simple. This was a revelation to her that you could actually not put food down the sink. Like, you could make a conscious choice to say, hey, we're not going to put food down the sink because we have no way of dealing with it once it gets there. Oh, I haven't done window treatments over there. So we don't have a garbage disposal. And you know what? Our lives have gone on just fine. We've learned to cope with it. We just don't put food down the sink. It really is just that simple. Give me... Oh, no, that was... Does that match that? Broadly, yeah, more or less. So get that to go like that and like that. Little turn of the screw here and here and here. And then hang the thing on the thing. Excellent. Thank you. Does that... Yeah, actually, that works pretty well. I like that. A distillery, they made a number of 10th Mountain Division branded spirits. Yeah, put a link in the Discord. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. Totally put a link in the Discord. Why? Don't be fussy with my couch placement because of the window treatments. It's totally gonna be fussy. Yeah, that's not working out for me. Actually, it might be the plant again. Hang on. Might be the plant, might be the problem. So what if we did this? Okay, that's better. It's the plants is always the problem around here. Nope, that is not up against the wall. That's not going to work for me. Get that to go as far back as we can, and then up, and then sort of to the side a little bit, kind of. Oh, just go where I want you to go. There we go. Still not up against the wall. All right, I've got to make this right. This has got to work. Wow, this is being fussy. I'm kind of regretting this couch. Now it's not up against the wall this way. But progress is being made, I feel. I feel we're getting somewhere on this. Okay, get it up against the wall that way, and then bring it out until it's just not quite going to work because of the curtains. Oh, well. Desmond, welcome, welcome, welcome. Art has never seen a garbage disposal in the UK. Yeah, I don't think they're very common there. Oh, we never had one when we lived in England, but then, there's lots of stuff we didn't have. I guess I'll learn to live with it like that. The window treatment's being fussy. Very, very fussy. Put the table back. I still need something to live over there. So yeah, we've my growing up time, I can recall a couple of times we did have a garbage disposal and a couple of times we didn't. So it was no big deal to me to not have one, but it was a pretty big deal to Mrs. Dave to learn to not put food down the sink. I come briefly to say I have too many itchy spots. That is terrible. Do you have chicken pox? Please say no. I had chicken pox when I was a kid. Everyone had chicken pox when they were a kid. It's terrible. Why did I come in here? Oh, I was looking for furniture to armchairs before. Oh, yeah, then I found my 60s chair. That's also a wicked 60s chair, but I may have to put that in there somewhere. I am looking for... It might be this. Or it's this. I'm pretty sure it's this. Can I get that to be a little brighter there? I guess that's about as bright as it's going to get. Bright. Grandfather clock, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, we could think about that. Yeah, I guess I'm broadly okay with this living here. No, I'm not. I hate that. I hate that. That's going to go away. That's got to leave now. That should. Why did anyone let me do that? Why didn't you people stop me from doing that? That was a terrible idea. I don't have chicken pox. My mother did not want me to be a plague rat. Well, that's a good ambition for any child, I think. Don't be a plague rat. I think that's fair. Can I get this in a completely different color than that? I can get it in. I can get it in various shades of vomit, really. Various shades of that. Does that make any more sense? I mean, it doesn't not make sense, but it's also... It can actually make more sense here. You should never put furniture this close to a fireplace, by the way. But that's okay, because this fireplace doesn't work. I already know that. I know exactly what that is, and it doesn't work. Yes, it's almost there. It's almost making sense, but not quite. It's not going to make sense over by the front door. That's just insanity. Nobody sane would do that. Really difficult to stop once you have your mind set on something. I am. You know what? You're not wrong, Willow. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. I will take that criticism fairly. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Maybe a rug. It might be a rug. I don't really have any sort of entertainment for these people. I mean, apart from the piano. And the love nest. I mean, there's hours of entertainment right there, if only you can make it. But yeah, it's not really, I don't have any like TVs or radios or anything like that. Chair is cute, but hate to sit on. Yeah, it didn't look comfortable, did it? Really didn't look very comfortable at all. I feel something. Okay, what if I did show me kind of the cupboards, but not exactly. Not exactly. No, maybe that, not really that. How big is this? If I got this. Oh, that's nowhere near as big as I thought it was. That's very, actually, I really wanted that bigger than that. I thought this was going to be massive. It's the exact opposite. It's the tiniest little thing. That doesn't even make sense there. Oh, I almost like it like this. As a sort of little dividing wall thing. Huh. I don't hate that idea. A shaggy rug. That is a good idea, Willow. That's an excellent idea. I'm going to make that go away. I'm going to totally make that go away. I don't think there are shaggy rugs, but I'm going to look. I'm definitely going to look. I don't think there's anything along the lines of shaggy rug. I mean, these rugs are like really thick, but not necessarily shaggy per se. However, rug dandelion weirdly has kind of a psychedelic feel to it. I think we could get away with rug dandelion living here. Like sort of there. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then, I never actually test drove this. Can I put anything on the brickwork of the fireplace? I assume I can. I assume it's a regular wall. But show me anything at all, really. How about a big mirror? How about the... No, the Lita mirror's got a light on it. I don't want that. Just give me module. Can I put things on here? Oh, I totally can. Oh, cool. Give me that, and then go back to this and buy lots of those. Because we're going to do the little... Making a little arrangement here with the mirrors, which is kind of fun. So, oh, no, that one didn't work out, but that's okay. I'll go back and fix it. It's all going to be fine. Everybody stop panicking. Put flammable things on the shelf. Well, I've already made it a fire hazard by leaving the electric kettle on the burner right now. Like, it's probably on fire. If I look to my right, the chances are excellent that the kitchen is on fire. Likely, in fact, highly probable. There we go. It's kind of a weird geometric puzzle thing going on up here. I like that. It kind of looks vaguely Mickey Mouse. We've got kind of the ears at the top. I dig that. I like what I've done with the mirrors there. Kitchen not on fire, but I will go ahead and turn the burners off. Okay. Okay. Wow, this house has really become West Peabody. Really. All it needs is some white leather, and it just became West Peabody. Pictures of Kitty above the fireplace, but we have the whole Kitty dedication room, Medi. So this room over here, we have all the Kitty things. In fact, I think I actually went through and just searched for cat things, and we put them all in here. Book about Kitty, painting about Kitty, statue of Kitty, photo of Kitty. I've got all the Kitty things in here. So this, let me come out and look at this again. I like the mirrors. I like what I did there. I like the rug. I like the couch. This corner is just not really working out for me, I think. It looks like an 8-bit video game mouse. Yeah, it does have a sort of a 1982 look to it going on there. Yep, I see where you're going with that. Get me back to the thing that I'm thinking of with the cupboards. Actually, desks. Maybe it's a desk. Maybe a desk lives over there. Not sold on that idea, but I kind of sort of am. Give me the Alice wooden desk. Because Alice made a fun... Now, see, this is just too small. That's not even like a real desk size. Who would use that as a desk? I mean, children, I guess, would be the obvious answer to that question. Or very, very small people who aren't children. I mean, small grown adults is what I'm saying. So children or very small grown adults would use this. And I can't put it over there because there's just another desk there. Can't have multiple desks backing up to each other. A large plant near the door. That's not a bad idea. I don't dislike that idea at all. Get me to decorations. Just plants, please. And then how big is a heterophylla? Are you big in the real world? Yeah, you're pretty big. You're pretty big. You could live over there. And maybe a couple of paintings over here. That would kind of flesh out that corner. The Run of the Forest Stream? Yeah, sure. It's one of my favorite paintings. Except it's gargantuan. Let's try that again, but in small. Also, kind of big. Still kind of big. Like, really big. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I need place anywhere on this thing. I need place anywhere. I should make a house for small grown adults. I could just do all the miniature stuff. How about Picture Town River in a small, please? That's still big? It's still big. Okay, I need to go farther down the tab. There's smaller things. Like Painting Spring. That's smaller, right? Yeah, that's way smaller. Okay, so what if we did Painting Spring and then something that wasn't Painting String? Painting String. Yeah, don't paint that either. That'll just make you mental trying to paint spring. Or string. I've actually just rhymed myself several times without really meaning to do that. How about Large Coastal Rocks? Why are you bigger than I want you to be? Why? Why are you bigger? Can I make you live somewhere else? Actually, you kind of make sense there. Oh my god, you totally make sense there. Yeah, you live there now. You live there. Big plant, and then really I just want a few more of these smaller things. Yeah, like no, that's still too big. That's still too big. Hang on. Is there like a size on this? I mean, I know there's small, medium, large. I'm looking for an actual size, like it says it's this big. How about a picture of a red square? Who doesn't love that? And it's nice and small. Good. That lives right there. Red square. Super. Sign me up. And now we're going to take blue square because it's probably the same size. Wow, it is. So that can go there. I need one more small thing. Photo of temple? Rock it out. That's very small. Perfect. Perfect. It's perfect. The more expensive, the bigger they get. Yeah, I know the price thing. I was actually hoping for like, I wouldn't. I don't know what I'm looking for. I just want them to. I want to know exactly what they're going to look like before I pull them out of the tab. I really just want perfection in my life. I want this game to meet my needs without the game actually knowing what my needs are. I don't hate this. This is coming together okay. This has totally come together. I bet the future buyers are going to be wicked upset about the graffiti that I've left here, but it's the name of the house now. The name of the house is Hamburg. Right behind the Liberace piano. It's just perfect. Just perfect. This house looks like it should be in Three's Company. Yeah, I think we've really encapsulated a very 60s, 70s feel here. Was Three's Company 70s? Three's Company had to be 70s. They were all wearing flares. Has to be in the 70s. I know it might have stretched into the 80s, but the heart of Three's Company was in the 70s. Anyway, with those two rooms basically done, actually, have I really just kind of finished the inside? I really have. Okay, so next plan for next week is I'm gonna do a walkthrough, really, and kind of finagle and finesse anything that I want to do, poke around a little bit. And then we just move on to the outside. And that's just a whole other kettle of fish. Because, well, you know, it's all paved and whatnot. In fact, if anything, this will just make my life easier. Because it's just putting down furniture. I might rip up some of these tiles and do flowers. I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to make my life more complicated than it needs to be out here. But, hey, you know, no one should be surprised for that information. But I am going to end the stream there, guys. I'm going to call the stream there. Go out, get dinner, and I don't know, do things that people do when they're not streaming. I don't necessarily know what those things are. But I will let you guys get on with far more important things in your day than watching this silliness. Thank you guys, as always, so very much for coming out. I look forward to doing this every single week, and you never disappoint. It's just hanging out with a cool bunch of friends every single weekend, and I look forward to it every single weekend. So we'll do some more House Flipper next Friday. I don't see any reason I won't be doing RimWorld tomorrow. So if you want to come by and check that out, we'll be doing that right around the same time. Thank you guys again for coming out so much. I really, really appreciate it. It's one of the best parts of my week is hanging out with you guys. So I will see you next time. We'll probably be able to finish this house next week. So let's try and get that done. We can move on to some more insanity in House Flipper. I'll check you guys out later. Goodbye, and